Okay, recording now. Talking about area under curves and approximating them. Right now we are looking at left-hand approximations or left-hand rectangles. And then in a minute we're going to look at right hand. So we talked about going to the left hand of each of the rectangles and just drawing the line straight over. So we found the y values of the first one, move over one of the delta x's, right? 1/2 unit. So what we're going to do now is look at the quick way to plug it into the calculator. So I put my y equals 4 minus x squared, just my function on there. So on this test, there will absolutely be a problem at least that says find either a left hand or a right hand or something. And what I want to see is, because if I say justify your answer, I want to see at the very least this. I mean, I suppose if you want to put 4 minus a negative 2 squared, you could.
When is the test?
Not for a while. So, on your calculator, quit out of there. 1/2 times.
Wait, how did you get there?
Oh, wait, what did you do?
Wait, what? How did you get there?
Sorry.
Quit. Second mode. Second mode is quit. Mode is right beside second. So, y of negative 2. Hit the alpha button, the green one. And then this trace. y1, parenthesis of negative 2. Another parenthesis, plus alpha trace, parentheses, negative 1.5, plus alpha trace.
Huh? No, go back.
This is keyboarding.
Wait, where'd you get Y?
Go back.
I'm just copying down everything that I already wrote down on here. I thought y'all were doing it. I thought y'all were doing it from here, because that's what you're going to be working from, right? Not from my calculator.
Why?
0.
Did you put Y negative 2? The first one?
Did I miss it? Yeah, negative 2. I mean, it's always good to question me because I typically plus sign. If you don't have a plus sign, it's okay. Let's say I miss this plus sign. Oh no, I missed the plus sign. Go right here, highlight right there. Second delete is insert a plus sign. It's okay.
Yeah.
If you forgot a right hand parentheses, just arrow to it. It's okay.
Whoa! I think mine just died.
Maybe next.
No.
Plus.
My count just died.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I do.
What'd she say?
He said his calculator died, but she said she put C's next.
I'm lost. Well, I know how to do it, but
That was looking at a joke. Well, now I just oh, well, now
You're not even gonna lie.
what about
I'm not gonna lie, I would.
You need to make it happen.
I'm gonna go back and watch this video.
Okay.
Man, so you didn't care about that.
I'm joking about it.
Oh, he's got to have some batteries in here. No, I have my other.
How come we don't have to put the 2 in there?
What do you mean the 2?
We have negative, there we go, we stopped at 1.5.
Oh, good question. Does anybody know the answer to that one?
Question, Jack.
No.
Can you do this? Because you look like you can.
Does anybody know the answer to that question?
Does anybody know why we don't use two?
I can't.
She was asking.
Rub your head.
Why is this a
Can't do it.
I'm here.
All right,
Can you rub your head?
so, one more time. Why did we stop at 1.5 instead of going all the way to 2?
Because 2 is basically where the thing ends.
And 2 is not on the left-hand side. 2 is on the right-hand side, okay? So, let's finish. What in the world?
That was legitness.
Do we hit like 10
Do we just press enter? One more time?
Yeah, like once you have more.
I'm gonna do it.
You know,
It's 10.5.
so.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix your weirdness.
It's okay.
Oh, no.
Oops. What do we forget right here? Insert a plus sign.
9.62. It's 10.
I'm not messing with you. It's like a 3 out of 10.
Like a what?
It's like you want to be like a 10.
Don't even get it.
No, just
Tests are not that cute. That's not that cute either.
Yeah. That's right.
Why are you
Headbutt my back.
I just, this turns out.
What did y'all get?
10.5.
10.5.
I got 10.966.
I didn't add.
How did they get it?
I got 7.9.
Oh, man.
We'll look. Good. All you have to do is second enter. Shh. Like, if you second enter and just go left and see if there's, because I have found all kinds of mistakes on my own. Maybe you forgot a plus sign once, or maybe you forgot to end a parentheses.
No, don't do that.
All right. So now, guys, if I want to show how to find the right-hand approximation, everybody with me? In this case, though, we're going to go from the right side to the left. So on the left-hand side, we got much bigger areas, correct? But on the right side, oh, left hand, right hand. The right hand side, we're going to cut off some. I have a feeling these are going to be exactly the same, only because of the symmetry involved, right? But show the work. Instead of starting on the left side, in other words, the y value at -2, what are we going to have for the first one? -1.5, correct? Then -1, -0.5, 0. Where are we stopping on this one? We are stopping at 2, correct? Because we are using the right-hand y values, correct? Here's the shortcut. If you've already done the left-hand ones, what looks exactly the same? From here all the way until the 1.5. It's just that y of -2 should be y of. So all you have to do, second, enter. Change the y of -2 to be a y of +2 so we can delete the negative. It's going to be 10.5 though. No, we had already multiplied. This is a decent approximation for the area. Now, The book will say, give us a lower approximation and an upper. They won't use consistently left and right. What they'll do is on the left side, they'll use all these left ones because they're lower. But on the right side, what would they use? The right side ones. And so their lower sum would be like y of -2, y of -1.5, y of -1, y of -0.5. But then they'd skip over and do the y of 0.5 plus the y of 1, 1.5, and end at y of 2. Is that still 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're just going to pick the lowest one, whether it's the right or the left. I'm not happy with theirs. So they're going to end with plus y of 2. And they're going to drop out one of them. They're going to drop out the y of 0, aren't they?
I think so.
Delete, 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 delete. I think that's going to give us. So their lower sum would be 8.5. What are they going to do for the upper one? The opposite. They're going to start not y of -2, but y of -1.5, -1, -0.5, y of 0. Then they're going to skip over and go, well, I guess they're going to go y of 0.5, y of 1, and y of 1. Is that 8 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Are they going to have 2 y of 0s? They're going to have y of 0 from the left side, but they're going to also use it from the right side. 2 y of 0s. Anybody know how to fix that?
Oh, you took out 0.
I'm seeing 12.5. This one, 2 of the y of 0s. 1 y of 0 is for this rectangle, 1, 2, 3, this fourth rectangle. The other y of 0 is for the fifth rectangle because they're using the upper side, whichever side it is. Does that make sense at all?
No. So there's 2 y's here in the box.
Let's say we've got this area just from 0 over to whatever this is, 3. Just from 0 to 3. And I'm just going to say, let's make 3 rectangles. If I'm doing a lower sum, rectangle 1, which side am I going to use, left or right? Rectangle 2. So that would be 1 times y of 0 for the first one, correct? Which side am I going to use for rectangle 2, right or left?
Left.
Left is going to go over, right is going to go under. So that one's going to be y of 2, correct? And then the last one, shoot, that's going to be right again, y of 3 or 0, right? For the upper, which ones would you use? The width is 1, but for rectangle 1, we're going to use y of 1, aren't we? Rectangle 2.
I'm really confused.
It would be left.
why?
It'd be left.
It'd be the left side. Y of 1 again. This is what we're doing. We're finding the upper sum for rectangle 1. We the right side is above the left, correct? That's why we use the y value at 1. But for rectangle 2, the left side is higher than the right side, is it not? So we're going to use y of 1 again.
Wait, explain how the left side is
Because the y values are right here. They're up on the left side. They're up here at this value, right? But on the right side, they're not quite that far. The right side of the rectangle that hits the curve, right, is a little lower than the left side. That's all we're looking at, is just where those y values are, right?
What if on the test you can tell, like if it's that?
Oh, you'll be able to tell. And by the way, I never asked this. I'm only showing you this for the sticking book, okay? But for rectangle 3, which side am I going to use for the highest, for the upper?
The left.
The left side. That would be y of what? That would be y of what? Thank you. So that's all. This is only if the book asks for upper and lower sums. If I ask for this on a test, I'm going to say, give me the left-hand one and give me the right-hand one. So somebody give me the left hand. The widths are all 1, correct?
Yes.
What are we going to do? Y of
0.
0. For rectangle 2, the height is y of the left hand y value is going to be y of 1. And the rectangle 3 will use the y value of 2. For the right hand, though, the width is still 1. What's the right side of rectangle 1? The y value at 1. Rectangle 2, what's the y value from? 2. And the last one? 3. Does this make sense? All right. So that is left-hand approximations, right-hand approximations, and by the way, if I average the left and the right, of course this one was symmetric, I'm going to actually get like a trapezoid, and a trapezoid is going to be a really close, because a trapezoid would just connect them with straight lines. But we get into that later.
Are we doing homework now?
I'm going to check and
DJ, come on, bro.
all right, guys, the next thing I just want to expose you to is the idea of this. You did see this in Algebra 2, I think. Summation, it's a sigma notation. Does anyone know what the sigma thing means? The bottom number is the starting I value. The top one is the last I value. And a sigma, I actually gave you the word, it's called summation. Summation means you're going to sum up all of the terms. So starting with I equals 1, what is 4 times 1? The next I value will be 2. 4 times 2 is? 4 times 3. 4 times 4. 4 times 5. And the last I value is? 24. Add them up. 20, 40, 60, is that 74? All right. Guys, there is a summation key on your
It's 84.
20, oh, it is 84. You're exactly right. Because it was 24 more, not 14 more. All right. So math, arrow down, I think it's 0. It even says summation.
Wait, what'd you hit?
Math. I hit the math key. I don't know. Now, I'm just using X because it's the easiest key to hit. Arrow right for X. 84. You were right, DJ. I was wrong.
Wait. Because I'm here, I didn't know.
I just used X instead of I. I mean, I think you can actually go in and find the I equals 1.
I'm wicked. It said it's 24.
What? Oh, I did 1 to 4. I mean, you know, there's no need to do a different letter. Just hit the X key. It's okay. So, the other thing is, can you come up with a summation for this?
No.
So this one is an expanded form. Somebody give me the summation form.
Nine over 2 plus 9 over 3 plus 9 over 4.
We do,
I agree, the tops are all 9. 1 plus I, and we start with our I equals, and we end at, there it is. The book uses K a lot. Some will use K equals something.
Oh no, my bad. That was dumb. Oh, okay.
What are we going to use there?
I
K equals, what's the only one that's changing?
stop.
The top. K equals 1 and stop at 4. What are each of the terms?
1
Minus
I over 4 squared.
K over 4 squared. It doesn't have to be an I. That's all I was trying to get at. And then your last, the homework that you're doing, your B, other than a few of those little summation questions, can you split this up into 6 equal rectangles?
No.
Sure you can. From 2 to 4, 6 rectangles.
I'd actually.
1/3 is the width on this one, right? Because 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 over 6 reduces to 1/3. You did not have to graph these. Here, they're not even giving you the formula, so all you're going to do, and it says all the widths are 1. Here, you're just going to look at the y values on the grid. Please, I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation. So on these, now this says upper and lower. This is an example. The book will, for the lower, on rectangle 1, what's the height you're going to use? 4 times 1. For rectangle 2, what height are you going to use? The y value at 3, which is again 4 times 1, right? Rectangle 3, you're going to use, the y value is 2 times 1, right? The last one would be 0. For the upper sum, what are we going to use for rectangle 1? The y value here at 2, or 5 times 1, right? How about rectangle 2? 5 again, we're going to use the left hand. Does this make sense? These next ones, literally, we're just using left and right hand, and they've drawn them in. But you can use the formula to plug it in. Like y of 0, y of 0.5, y of 1. Does that make sense? To me, the hardest part is actually thinking through the delta x. Do we need to do one that's not a 1/2? Or are y'all okay? Your assignment is pages 303 to 305. Oh, it's actually 4. 303 to 304. Y'all have 30 minutes. Get started. Yes, don't look at me like that. Get started.